Welcome to Supermap on MrNussbaum.com. There is a lot you can do with this program. The first thing you should do is choose the map that you want to work with. So you can choose from the United States, South America, Europe, Asia, or Africa. Let's start with the Africa map. And then I click Start. And in a second, my map will pop up. Okay. So you see I have a map of Africa right here. I'm going to unclick where it shows Show Latitude and Longitude Lines. So I think this gets in the way a little bit of adding labels and text and colors to your map. So I unselect that. And next line says Ocean Color. And if I click in this blue box, I can change the ocean to any color I want. So let's change it to a lighter blue. I can then change the continent color so that all the nations in Africa are the same color. This is just to show you the example. Let's change them to like an orange color. So I can make a really neat map of Africa with a light blue ocean and orange nations. Now, I can do this with each individual nation too. So I'm going to click here on Egypt. If I click here, you'll see it says Selected Nation Egypt. I'm going to change the color of Egypt to red. If I click here, I can show the Egypt flag. If I click Show Name, Egypt appears. Now, I can take this name, I can move it wherever I want, or I can make it bigger or smaller. I don't need to do much with that though. So, let's do another one. Let's see, right next to it's the nation of Libya. So let's click Libya. And let's make it green. And let's show the name also. So I can do this with every nation in Africa, but there's a neat thing you can do too. Sometimes the countries are too small to add their names. So there's a couple things I can do. The first thing I can do is I can make a map key and I can assign a number. Let's say these little tiny countries right here. They're going to be really small, so it's going to be very tough to fit their names in there. So watch this. Let's say I click on this little nation here. This is called Guinea-Bissau. Let's go to key number. I want to make this number 1. And so a number 1 is going to appear there. And once I click Assign Key, my map key will start. And you see it says the key here. So number 1 represents Guinea-Bissau. So let's do another one. Here's another really small nation. And this is Guinea. Let's put the key number 2, assign it to the key. And then a 2 comes here and you'll see the second nation is Guinea. Let's change the color just to make it interesting. Let's make that one blue. Another thing that you can do is you can sort of resize and rotate text. Also, by the way, this key is movable. Let's say I don't want it up here. I can move it anywhere I want. Let's say this, let's look at this nation here. This is called Benin. So let's show the name. And you see that kind of extends over several nations. Let's say I want to make this a little more exact. Well, I can click up here and drag and rotate the name Benin so it's vertical. And I can drag it to exactly where I want it to be, which is more like right there. You can also zoom in on the map and zoom out. This helps you to really locate small nations. If I zoom in, zoom out again. You can save an image. Also, let's say for Egypt. Let's go back to Egypt. I click on Egypt again. My selected nation becomes Egypt. I can type text in here. Let's say the Sphinx was located, or I should say is located in Egypt. If I go to print this map out, underneath the map will be a little text box that says Egypt. And then next to Egypt it'll say the Sphinx is located in Egypt. So I can add notes about each country when I print this out. So just to review, let's do one more. Let's click on this nation here, which is Algeria. And let's let's make its color that. Let's show the name. Again, we can type text in here if we want. I can save the image, and it shows up as like a portable network graphic in my computer, or I can print the image out, which will include any text I added about each nation. And let's add one more nation to the key. How about this little one here? This is Sierra Leone. So let's put Sierra Leone as 3. Let's give it color, this color. Remember to hit assign key. And then Sierra Leone is added to my key. My key does move here, but I can move it back like this. Also, let's say let's go back to Egypt. If I want to remove the name Egypt at any time, I just unclick Show Name. And so this is the basics for Supermap. I encourage you to experiment with it. It's kind of fun to mess around with.